Democratic National Convention enters its third day with speeches scheduled from Vice President Joe Biden and President Barack Obama. And last night, former President Bill Clinton spoke to the delegates in his role as husband of the nominee Hillary Clinton. And joining us now live by phone to discuss the DNC in greater detail is KPFT Politics Done Right host Egberto Willies, who is at the convention as a delegate. Thank you for your time, Egberto.
Look, it's a pleasure being here with our team. I mean, this is wonderful what's occurring right now at the DNC here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's going great. The convention, I think it's beaten the expectations that many had of it.
Yeah, and first tell us, how was it to be there last night during the roll call?
It was very interesting because we all knew what the outcome would be, but what we did not know is what the reaction was going to be of the Bernie Sanders supporters, whether it was going to be a floor fight or not. There were some of the folks that were deciding whether they were actually going to contest some of the readings of the vote. In as much, yes, as we knew that the numbers just weren't there. But I think altogether, Bernie Sanders, the leader, the type of leader that he is, what he ensured that he did is Vermont was the last state that had its roll call, and in the process of doing that, he became the last person to speak, and immediately broke the rules, but decided to suspend the rules of the Democratic National Committee to go ahead and delegate his or assign his delegates to Hillary Clinton, and thus any type of floor fight would have become an impossibility.
Yeah, so it was a great night.
It was a great night. It was a great night to see democracy in real action, and not only that, to see that there were people expressing their objections, and there was not the type of commotion that many believe would have occurred at the Democratic National Convention based on a whole lot of reports that were out there. Yes, we have a lot of protests in the street throughout Philadelphia. We have organizations like Move to Amend, and organizations like Climate Change and the People's Revolution. They're all out here with legitimate claims to things that are ailing our economy, things that are ailing the nation right now. But it is all done in a manner that is sustainable, in a manner that should exist within a democracy.
Yeah. And what did you think of Bill Clinton's speech?
Well, we for those of us who follow Bill Clinton for decades, the speech, for me, the speech was rather unimpressive, especially knowing the realities that we know about not only his presidency, but all the nuances within his presidency. But for a lot of the uninitiated, I think the speech went over a lot better than for the more experienced politicians.
Yeah. And what other speaker made the best impression on you?
I think the best impression that came across last night, well, he came across very well. As I said, the audience really liked him. But as far as eventful speeches last night, there were not a whole lot of eventful speeches. There were a lot of eventful events. When the mothers of that came out whose kids were maligned, or when the mothers came out who spent time in prison unnecessarily, that was very moving. There were other instances where they brought out some disabled folks as well, that and made very good presentations. When they showed, one of the themes of the convention is the inclusivity of the Democratic Party, and that was a theme that went throughout the convention and continues to go out in the convention, and that is more appealing again than individual speeches. Now, the day before, when we had Michelle Obama and Cory Booker and Elizabeth Warren, those were tremendous speeches. Those were speeches that really got the crowd really into it. We kind of expect some of that later on today when we have our presidents out here speaking to the convention.
Yeah, and do you think that will Barack Obama be able to outshine the First Lady who spoke on Monday night?
Well, look, they give two different types of speeches. Michelle touches the heart. The president touches the mind. So I think their speeches, it won't be one better than the other. I think they will be complementary.
Yeah. And what do you expect from tonight? What kind of speech do you expect from the Vice President and the President himself?
I think both of them are going to come out with the theme that let's keep the train moving. Let's not fall back. Let's not fall for a charlatan. You know, let's not fall for a trickster. And that is a subtlety that we hear within many of the speeches here. I think the President and the Vice President intend on bringing that home.
Yeah, and you went to the convention as a Bernie delegate, if I may say it like that.
Yes, I am at the convention as a Bernie delegate.
How do you feel now about the nomination of Clinton?
Well, as a Bernie delegate, I really hope that he would have received the nomination. Given that he didn't, I am comfortable that during the platform negotiations that the party was moved dramatically to the left. I think under that pretext, I am very willing to support Hillary Clinton, but that doesn't end it. What I do that with under the context that we will be ensuring that we'll be doing the best to ensure that she lives up to the commitments that she made during the platform negotiation.
Yeah. And what more do you think need to be done to bring all the Sanders supporters into the Clinton campaign?
It's going to when Bernie Sanders said that Hillary Clinton has to win his voters over, that is a fact. I can tell you, speaking to different delegations from across the country, whether it be Florida, California, Arizona, all these different delegations have one thing in common. They are not. They're 50%. Mostly the older folks are sold. They are willing to go ahead and go through the process. The rest, the young folks have. The young people have to be made to believe that there is something in it for them. A lot of these folks, they're already downtrodden. They don't have anything to lose. So they are willing to let the country feel pain because they are feeling pain. So if they believe that there is something in it for them because they've paid the price for a long time, I think it is her job to really make it clear that when she governs, she won't be governed just for the plutocracy, but that she will be governing for these young people who make up the bulk of the Sanders campaign. So unless that is done, I don't expect anything to change. Or rather, unless that is done, I don't expect to have anything other than they're stepping back or going to some other candidate.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time and your expertise today, Egberto.
Thank you very much. And Viva KPFT. And I want to make one more kudos. Folks, call KPFT, donate to KPFT. KPFT needs your funds.
Thank you so much, Egberto. We are happy to have you back after the convention ended.
Thank you very much, Eddie. Bye-bye.
We have been speaking with Egberto Willies. He's the host of Politics Done Right, and you can listen to that every Thursday afternoon from 3 to 4 p.m. here at KPFT 90.1 FM Houston.
Ik dacht